Welcome to Driven Couples. I'm here with my wife, Syl.
Hi, guys.
And you wanted to have some champagne today,
Cheers.
so cheers.
I forced him. I said, I need to have a drink.
Well, we're doing the relationship improvement dinner today to see how we could improve our relationship. You want to get
Yes.
started by telling people what we do?
So we have a weekly relationship improvement dinner that we just do that to kind of touch bases, stay on the same page with each other, go over our goals, where we are right now, changes we need to make. There's always a lot of craziness in our world, right? It's always something. So today was one of those crazy days for me.
Yeah, it was like super, super busy to the point where I was like falling asleep when I was taking a shower. But I'm like, I'm not going to miss this Driven Couples. So
Today,
I want to get started with real estate today because I wanted to just teach all of you, and I want to open up this for questions. So if you have any questions about real estate, let me explain what I did. Okay, when I met Syl, we started dating, going out. We used to party a lot, and we used to work a lot. So we used to do everything like the same way, just extreme, extreme, extreme. And a mentor once told me, Albert, do not buy that single family house. And I was saying like, why? I thought real estate is all about buying real estate, and that's gonna make you rich. That's gonna make you wealthy. And this mentor told me, don't buy a single family house because it's only one door.
Yeah.
And I said, well, what do you mean? You have to get 4 doors. Why? Because FHA, you only need 3.5% down, and you could get up to 4 units. So I started looking for units, and I started shopping around, looking around, and I was messed up. Like my credit was messed up. I had a lot of collections.
Yeah.
I had a low FICO score, and I only had $3,000 in my bank saved. And that's not enough for 3.5% down. So we start looking, and then I find this 3-unit property that happens to be the listing agent he represented me and the seller.
Yeah.
So I got a great deal, but it's very important for you to not get, like, you have to be patient. You have to look at a lot of properties and find a deal. So I was looking around. I found this great deal because this listing agent, his name was Warner, and you're probably watching this right now, but Warner found this. He had this listing, 3 units, and this couple was getting divorced. So you're always going to find a good opportunity when people are going through hard times. Maybe they're backed on their taxes. Maybe they're getting divorced. Maybe they're just going through some problems. Maybe they have to move to a different state. These people are going to be in a hurry and desperate to sell. So Warner told me, hey, they signed this listing agreement last year, like 8 months ago.
Yeah.
But they don't want to re-sign it. They just want to keep the same agreement. Guess what happened in the 8 months that passed? Property went up like 100,000 because it was crazy. I bought it right after the recession time. So properties were just blowing up in value. And I told Warner, well, let's open escrow. I'll pay full price, which was $100,000 less than what the property was worth. And he writes up the offer. He's representing me, the buyer, and the seller. So he's going to make double commission. He just wants to wrap it up and close this deal, get paid double. So we open escrow, and I tell Warner, hey, I have amazing credit. My FICO score is like off the charts. I have a lot of money saved in the bank, and I'm ready to close like in 20 days. But you know what? Write the offer, just do regular terms. And he's like, okay, can you put a 3% deposit? And I'm like, yeah, just do whatever. So he writes an offer. I sign it. We open escrow. And then I tell him in the middle of escrow, not in the middle of escrow, the first day that we open escrow, I told him, Warner, I have this amazing idea. And then I want to get your input still if you think that what I did was right. I tell Warner, hey, I have this amazing idea. I don't have any properties right now, so this is going to be my first one. So why don't I go FHA on these 3 units and saved all my other money that I have so I could buy more properties, and you're going to be my agent for life, and I'm going to be your investor. I'm going to be buying property after property after property. Truth is, I had $80,000 in collections, $3,000 in the bank, and a 560 FICO score. So I was not going to be any investor in the near future. So Warner's like, oh yeah, that sounds like a great idea. Okay, let's turn it to FHA. And I'm like, perfect. You know, FHA usually requires about 45 days, but I'll probably close like in 30 days. So it's going to be a slam dunk. And that was a lie. Like, I kind of lied. I knew that I was going to need 1 extension, 2 extensions, 3 extensions. Long story short, I almost got I almost killed the seller of a heart attack. Werner was like, he got a lot of gray hairs, and they both kind of didn't like me after the whole process. But after 3 extensions, I end up closing this property. I got it for $266,000. I saved money with all these extensions, and I also raised my credit score and paid off my collections and negotiated some for less, and I settled them. So my credit was good. I end up buying, close escrow. 5.5 years later, I sell this property, and I pocket from this property, I make $460,000. That's like $500,000. And we did the same thing with Syl, and we got our second property, and then we kept getting more properties. But what do you think? You think I was unethical because I made up stories?
No, so obviously he took a chance. He committed first and then figured out the rest later. You know, a lot of us, and I say us because it happens to everybody, we don't want to risk anything. We want everything to be perfect, and it's never going to be perfect. So you kind of have to go all in and just figure it out on the way, right? Because real estate is so amazing. It is the best investment. It's real. It's there. It's yours to play with. It's for your tenants to pay off the property, right? I don't know. I love real estate. I always wanted to buy one. And what he did, I would say it's not unethical, because a lot of the times if your loan is not going good, then you have to get an extension of time. And in his case, I mean, we went to MacArthur Park, right? Right around, ¿dónde era?
Right across the street from MacArthur Park.
So to this guy that was going to fix his credit, literally while we're in escrow, because for those of you that don't know, you can do a bankruptcy, right? Just like everybody did in '08 when the market crashed. You know, everybody was getting their cars repossessed. Like a bunch of things were happening. And he is one of the very few people that didn't file bankruptcy. He didn't do that.
He didn't quit the mortgage industry.
And he didn't also quit the mortgage industry, even though he went from making 250, 300 grand a year to making like 60,000 a year, that's a huge, huge change. So cars got repossessed, a bunch of things happened. So he fixed his credit in escrow. We were literally taking a chance, and at the end of the day, we figured, what is the worst that can happen? He can lose his $3,000 deposit, and is the risk or the reward, like which one is greater? And if you can pull it off to close this escrow, then the risk, the reward, you know, it's a huge reward. So that, I don't think it was unethical. I think it happens. For those of you that own either a home or whatnot, it happens. Loans are complicated.
I'll tell you why it wasn't ethical, because my intention was to close on time. But I already knew it wasn't going to happen. It's kind of like when I went out with Syl on our first date, I had plans to like take her home and play up naked.
Little
pool,
did he know.
And I was playing like a dumbass. I was like losing on purpose, and you were getting all excited. But I was feeding you one drink, a second drink, and I was like playing so bad. And then after the second drink, I saw you a little bit buzzed, and I'm like, now I'm gonna start playing for reals. And I started like making all the balls, and you started getting naked.
You're so
and then little did I know that once you got naked, you didn't want to have sex.
Well, no, we were
like
just
you turned into a devil when you got drunk. So I'm like, what the fuck is this? My plan is not working out. So even though my intention was that night, I wanted to like, you know, go all the way.
Not gonna happen.
It didn't work out.
Yeah.
But my intention when I was getting the property was to close on time, and it didn't work out. So I got an extension, and then I got a second extension, and then I got a third extension and final. And it ended up working out.
Yeah, that's right.
But nobody would have known. Like I would never have known if it would have been a possibility if I wouldn't have tried. And most people don't try.
Also, guys, I just want to touch a little bit on this. So with FHA, you can leverage your money. You do have to occupy one of the units. And let's say you live in one and you rent the other 3. 3.5 down is very little money. It's almost nothing, because it's very difficult to save 25% down.
Yeah.
So your first property, you could buy up to 4 units because it's still a residential loan. And then let's say you want to buy a house, let's just say. So you can go with 5% down as long as it's going to be owner occupied, meaning you're going to have to move to the property and you'll leave the 4 unit as an investment. You know, you can play around with your money in that sense. And your next 4 units, 5 units, you have to put 25% down. So 5 units and more is a commercial loan.
And guys, we can't go over all the information right here, but if you guys are part of my Driven Academy And if you're not, go subscribe. It's only $67. And my entire course from A to Z, from start to finish on investing in real estate is in there.
Yeah.
And we are getting approved in all these outside states. So we're going to be approved in Texas. We're going to be approved in Florida, Nevada. And what we're going to do is starting around Christmas time, 2021, we are going to go all out and we're going to be buying properties all year long. Like every month, we're going to pick up a property like that. Every month. Because right now we're going through this recession. So property values are going down little by little. They're not going down that much, but they did go down.
A little
and
bit.
if you buy right now, you're going to buy at a lower price. Remember, people, you know why they're going down? Because they don't have jobs. So the economy is horrible. Everything is everything's for lease. Companies are going out of business. So what happens when there's no jobs? It's a recession. The economy is going down. Yeah. So what happens with that? People want to sell their home because they're scared and they want their money. They want to probably go somewhere else. So it's a great time to use the fear of others to take advantage of this opportunity and get prices, get solid prices and bargains. And so right now, there might be somebody out there that they're behind on their taxes because they just can't pay their taxes.
5 years. You have 5 years. If you don't pay your taxes, let's say you don't pay them for 4 years and a half. On the 5th year, that's when they can come and take your property. Yeah. So that's something important to keep in mind.
So I'll give you guys an example. I have this guy in my coaching program, and this guy, he found this property that was distressed. So this property, the owners couldn't pay the taxes and they were behind. They had a few liens and they were gonna lose their home. They owed $100,000 in their house, and they were backed like $30,000 in liens and taxes that they owed. This property was worth over $200,000. So all these people wanted was just some money, and they were gonna walk away from the house and hand it to this person. This person paid them the amount they needed, and they left. They handed him the house, and he just made 80 grand by acquiring this property. How did he do that? Because he was prepared. He had liquid, he had good credit, and he took advantage of that. And he helped the people because they needed the money, and he made 80 grand in one move like that. Yeah. So real estate is amazing. Like there's so many opportunities right now. People are selling for less because they want to move somewhere else. Yeah. And
a lot of people are getting out of California.
A lot of people want to rent while this whole coronavirus ends. Yeah. And all this stuff that's going on. So they want to sell the house, get the money, hold on to the money, because what's more important than anything? Money. They need money to feed their families. They need money for a lot of things. So it's a great opportunity to be ready. And I don't want you guys to miss out in this real estate boom. It's going to be so amazing. And we want to help you guys. So any questions that you have about real estate, we want to help. Tell them about your 3-unit. Also, FHA 3.5.
4 units. I bought 4 units.
Oh, you buy your 4 units.
I bought 3 property,
units. I get confused.
My first property was on 48th Street. Ya se me olvidó. I had one horrible tenant, but 4 units, 1 bedroom, 1 bath. Absolutely amazing. I literally found that property right away. I called the listing agent. I said, hey, he qualified me. You know, I was realtor at the time, so I did my taxes. And guys, wherever you are right now, remember, it's very important to get pre-qualified. The first step is for you to get pre-qualified. That way, we run your credit. We do all the calculations to let you know exactly what you qualify for. The beauty of units is that bank looks at it as an investment already off the get-go, right? So if you have 1 unit that's vacant, you would move into that unit, and the other 3 units, you basically get 70 or 75% of the rent, and they take that, do 12 months, and you get that as extra income because it is an investment. That's why units, you can qualify for more than a single family residence. And even if you own a home right now, guys, like, get rid of it. Don't be attached. So many people, they get anchored down to the ground for years. I'm talking 12. I have clients, they bought property when it was really expensive, short sailed, all kinds of different things. You can't even imagine. They have no equity in the property. We're barely making ends meet. You know, we go above and beyond for all of our clients. And these people are barely having enough money to pay for the commissions that are involved, the closing costs.
And let me tell you something really cool about that.
It's crazy. They lived there 12 years. Think about that. It's so scary.
If you're watching us on Instagram, text that number and you're going to get the private link to continue watching this. So thank you very much. We'll see you on the Zoom. Now, we know clients that make a minimum wage that bought units.
Yes.
So like
Yes.
I'm literally gonna be I'm really transparent, regardless if I'm drained from the whole day but I'm gonna be transparent with you. We've had clients that were pretty damn broke.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm talking about the husband's making 15 an hour and he's working at Liborio Market. The wife is making like $12 an hour, and then the son's making another $9 an hour.
Yeah.
So all three of them combined,
Yeah.
they gather up and they buy this multi-unit, and then they use the rental income to help qualify
For more.
So then they get this multi-unit, and then 5-6 years later of them just holding on to it, living paycheck to paycheck, they come out with $500,000
it's
that they would have
amazing.
never made working at Livorio or working at these places where they work. So real estate, guys, is very important for you guys. A lot of you have businesses and you're making good money.
Yeah.
You're saving $5,000 a month, $5,000 a month, $5,000 a month. Stacking that money, go buy some real estate. Don't make the mistake that I made in the beginning when I went and bought one house. I bought one house, and then guess what I did? I bought another house. And guess what happened when the economy crashed in 2008? I lost everything because I had one door and I wasn't receiving rents. I only had one tenant. And when the recession happened, that tenant stopped paying rent. And I still had to pay the mortgage. When a recession comes and you have 4 units, let's say one stops paying, you still have 3 rents.
Yeah.
If 2 stop paying, you have 2 rents. So you're going to be much, much safer. And hey, don't make that mistake, please. So it's really important for you guys to start investing money into information. You got to know what to buy. And not only that, when you own multi-units, you get a lot of tax benefits.
Yes.
A lot of tax benefits. So pay attention to that. And
We'd be happy to help you guys too. If you guys can send us info at the mortgage guys. Whatever your scenario is, like, even if it takes you a year, I always tell people, give yourself a deadline. Say, by this year, let's say every month, it doesn't matter where you work, how much money you make, how much are you going to put aside? Because you have to pay yourself first. A lot of the times we're paying all of our bills and there's nothing left. And then what happens year after year after year? It's the same thing. And what I always tell all my clients is you cannot rely on the government. You cannot rely on Social Security. Is a goddamn joke. I don't know anybody that can live with $300 a month. It's disgusting. That's not even enough for freaking groceries.
yeah.
It's so sad. So you have to invest in real estate. You have to. You need to have these units paid off by tenants, right? So it's so important, you guys. Like, I can't even stress it enough. I always tell all my clients when they're going to buy a house, I'm like, are you sure you don't want to buy 4 units first? Because then later on, we can get you to buy your house.
Tell them how that works.
Yeah, so 5% down. And you're leveraging your money because, okay, then you're in a house, but you already have your other FHA property, and then you have extra money, and then guess what? Now you got to go 25% down. If you have a lot of equity in your home, you don't want to sell it, you can cash out. You cash out money, you leverage that equity, and then guess what? You buy an investment, and it's going to give you passive income.
And if you guys buy a single family FHA, you're
First.
fucked. You're not gonna be
fucked.
you're fucked because you're not gonna be able to buy units anymore FHA. You're gonna buy a single family FHA. There goes your FHA. You could only use it once. Okay.
Well,
So then you're gonna have, when you buy your 4 units, you're gonna need 25%, and it's very hard to save 25% when you live paycheck to paycheck. Millionaires live paycheck to paycheck. Millionaires, they make $1 million, and what do?
Spend $1.5 million.
Guys, they go buy a Ferrari, they go buy a nice Rolex, they buy the wife a bigger car. They start buying their kids Ferraris and toy Ferraris and all these things. They don't go to Northgate anymore. Now they go to Whole Foods, right? They don't go to like El Gallo Giro. Now they go to Javier's.
Well, if I must add, you should always invest in good food because organic, our food is so bad. GMOs, horrible. Genetically modified organisms. It's crazy.
Dude, my uncle from Mexico, he used to drink every single day and he used to eat like crappy food. And he lived a happy, healthy life till he was 80. So
Está loco.
Everybody has different genes and whatever. My
Ingrid said que estás bien loco, mi amor.
Yeah, well, I'm crazy, but guys, her 4 units that she got,
Beautiful, guys.
in 3 years made us 300,000.
And I'll tell you guys,
300,000 in 3 years.
and I'll tell you guys what. So a lot of the times, like, was it 1, 2, 3, 4? The unit in the front left. So it's 4 units. Okay, it's 2 separate
Remember,
buildings.
We had a hoarder.
We had a hoarder. And see, me, I could see beyond everything. People want a perfect house. I'm like, you're in LA. You're not going to have a brand new house.
Remember Marilu?
Oh, my God. That lady
Your
was a
tenant, Marilu?
nightmare. I never met such a horrible human. Horrible person.
Maybe she's
by the
watching
way.
it. Tell her off.
Nah, I'm good.
Give her the
I'm
fing-
over her. That's
give-
why I sold the house. I'm like, bye.
Give her the middle finger.
No. So I had a tenant to the left who, this lady, I swear to you guys, hoarder, horrible, crazy. And she was an older lady, and I felt so bad for her. And, you know, her lease was $800 a month. And one day she started paying me $700, but I told Albert, oh my God, I feel so bad. She's old. You know, I tried, here in LA, there's rent control. So when there's rent control, it's very hard to get rid of a tenant. No matter if it's month-to-month lease or whatever, yearly lease, it does not matter. You could never get rid of a tenant here in LA if they pay their rent. You know, so she started paying me $700. I told Albert, it's okay. Like, I feel so bad for her. Then it became a problem because the house smelled so bad. So one day she didn't pay the rent at all. Everybody thought she like passed away in the property. She was a lot older. And guess what? I had to get rid of her. It was the saddest thing ever. It was so sad. It was actually really super sad. But see, you have to see beyond. So we remodeled the property for $5,000. Okay, his dad and uncles and everybody helped. It was like $5,000, and then we rented the property for $1,250, $1,250. Right?
Yeah.
Was that it? Like, think about that.
Something like that.
People don't see beyond, because when I bought it, I think I was making $750 after paying the mortgage. And PMI is included, taxes, insurance,
PMI
everything.
is it's mortgage monthly insurance.
Yes.
So when you use FHA, you have a monthly mortgage insurance. That's the only bad thing about FHA.
Yeah.
But that's what you pay for putting only 3.5% down. But you weren't the one that kicked her out.
I didn't.
We had a property management company. So when you have a property management company, you don't have to get emotionally involved.
Yeah.
So like, remember, it's a business.
I hired the property because of the management, because I managed it for, I would say, 1.5 years by myself. It's not hard. It's just crazy to be dealing with these types of people sometimes. And we found a home, like it was like something like from the government, like a program, and, you know, took her there, but it was really sad. But anyway, you have to be able to see beyond things.
But to add to this, when you buy a house, when you buy your first 4 unit, you manage it yourself, just like Syl and I was doing. But once you start, my rule, and I could be wrong, I'm not like an expert, but I know a lot. And I've had mentors like Bobby Castro that has taught me a lot of real estate investing. And when you have 12 units and more, that's when you hire a property management company, because you're making a lot of cash flow, and they take care of it, and you don't have to deal with all that headache. You just focus on making money and getting more.
Yeah.
And remember that real estate, apartments, they're gonna make you money in 5 to 10 years.
Yeah.
It's a long-term game.
It is.
Don't expect to buy one and make money the next day.
Yeah.
Plus, you're gonna get all these tax benefits while you own them.
Mm-hmm.
So we got a bunch kept buying 3 units, 4 units, 3 units, 4 units, 3 units, 4 units, all in the same zip code, 90011 in South Central LA.
Yeah.
We bought a bunch of them, and our net when we sold most of them was over $2 million. So that money saved us in entrepreneurship, because everybody wants to be an entrepreneur, wants to open a business. However, things get really tough. When I was running the mortgage guys, that became the mortgage guys from the mortgage guy, I had like 1.5 years where every month I was losing 60 to 80,000, 60 to 80,000, 60 to 80,000. And I kept on racking up credit cards. I kept on selling another property. And she was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, we're negative, and and it was painful. I would wake up sometimes, lose sleep at 12:30 in the morning, and no shit. Sometimes I would look outside the balcony, because we've lived in the high rise ever since we got our office on Sunset Plaza, the mortgage guys. We always had a balcony. So sometimes I would look out and I would be like, should I fucking jump? And no, I'm serious. And I would be like, no, I cannot be selfish, because I have my wife and my little daughter, Italia, she was pregnant. But I was losing money every month,
Yeah,
every month.
every
And
month.
because of all this real estate that we purchased, it saved our business. And now our business is going to hit $20 million this year. 20 million from 10 million that we broke. We broke 8 figures last year, 20 million this year. So that puts the company at a valuation of 140 million. So if you guys don't understand what that means, it's multipliers. An investor is going to pay 7 times, 6 times what your yearly revenue is. So yeah, I was just like, I got a little bit passionate because without
He's so
these
cute.
multi-units, these little apartments,
Estás bien guapo.
without
Why
these,
do you look so hot today?
without these little apartments, I would have been maybe dead. Maybe I would have gotten a heart attack or two. Definitely still wouldn't be here.
That's not true. Why do you say that?
Well, because we would have been dead.
Oh, yeah. We should have died a lot of times. We were so crazy. I don't even know how we're alive.
But that teaches you just the power of courage and believing in yourself.
Yeah.
So that's why, I always.
But
see,
I also think, if I can interrupt you, I think that, I say this because I have never hurt anybody. I think that we're just really good people.
Yeah, we're good people.
Even our clients, swear, what do they say? Bible?
We're also
Bible.
really demanding and hard
Yeah,
to deal
but
with.
because I know you could do more. Because if I did it, you can do it. But anyway, ¿qué iba a decir? Oh, what about the lady? Remember the lady that, esa señora, the one that couldn't refinance, her husband passed away with the big lot on the corner, Maria la señora? In South Central, you did her loan. It was an impossible loan, and this guy got it done.
Maria.
La señora, remember she rented out the lot to a car dealership? She came in.
Oh, yeah.
¿Cómo se
With the crazy husband.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He died, though.
Yeah.
He passed away, yeah.
He kind of lost it, right?
He was mean, yeah. He was an ugly husband. I would have left him. I probably would have killed him myself. Just kidding. Oops. Did I just say that out loud?
Yeah, well, I remember that.
He was mean. No, he was abusive. I would have left him, dude. He was so mean. But anyway, the lady is good. She was going to buy a house, and we got her to buy 2 units. And there's this lot on the corner house. It's on Hoover and I don't even know, somewhere in South Central. This lady used to rent out. She used to make so much money. ¿Sí te acuerdas?
Yeah.
People would rent her lot for $3,000 a month. The lot, not even the units. It was crazy. But that lady was a nice lady. I love her.
Salamondrin, that's going to be at Driven. This guy, everybody sees him as a YouTuber now, and he has his tequila, his gorilla watches. Entrepreneur from Mexico City.
Es mezcal, mi amor.
Mezcal. Yeah, sorry, I always say tequila. So this guy, he made his fortune through real estate, and it was office real estate, office spaces.
Yeah.
So real estate works, guys. Just stay away from this. This is my personal recommendation based on my experience. I own 2 single family homes. I was foreclosed on both.
But also, babe, things happen.
Yeah, but
I say own whatever the hell you want to own.
But most people here are entrepreneurs.
Yes,
right?
yes.
And if you want, whenever you pick up a multi-unit, it's a business. It's a little business.
Yeah.
So that property that Jomar picked up, Jomar that's watching us here, he has his company, right? And he's busting his ass, and some
so
months are tougher than others. And
it's
he's,
okay.
and he's
It's gonna pay off. Trust me.
But he has his multi-unit that he already bought. So that multi-unit, he keeps it for 10 years. It pays itself.
Yeah.
And then in 10 years, guess what? He needs some money. He pulls it
Yeah.
out and.
Yeah. For sure. Make sure you guys are following me. If you have any extra questions, send me a DM.
She just wants to get to 10,000 followers. So
No.
do me a favor, guys, and give her a follow.
Es un menso.
I think you have 9,891 followers.
I know. I love all my beautiful
Once
followers.
you get to 10,000,
my friends.
you enter the big leagues.
I could do swipe ups.
Yeah. And many more things.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So
but we're here to help you guys.
Until you enter the big leagues.
Ay, cállate. So, and remember, guys, even if you have kids, you can set them up to qualify. I always tell people, set yourself
Did you know
up
that
to
Italia
win.
has a 700 FICO score?
Well, yeah, she's a baby. She doesn't.
No, because I added her to one of my credit cards.
Wow. Ahí les va.
She's
So if
big-
your credit's a little messed up, be a authorized user.
Yeah.
There's so many guys. We can
also,
teach you so
guys,
many things.
If you are part of my Driven Academy, I have a credit repair
Who's gonna
course
refill
right
me
there.
up or what?
So, here's a little trick. So if I have a $40,000 limit credit card or a $100,000 limit credit card, and it's paid off.
He adds me to all of them,
like
and then I just rack them up.
You could add people to as authorized users, and that's going to raise up their credit score. So there's a lot of little tips and tricks that you could do for your credit, and it's going to help you qualify, get better rates, and all that stuff. So there's a lot of information.
Yeah, but we can help you guys. Info at the mortgage guys. If you really want to know where you stand and what you need to
they could just send us a DM, so
to be ready.
DM's better.
DM, careers, whatever. I'd be happy to let you know exactly what to do, guys.
We have a question from Ingrid. Ingrid, can you please unmute yourself?
She's so cute. Unmute yourself, Ingrid. How does she do that? Oh, there she is.
Is it volume up though, Steph? You put it up? Hey, Ingrid.
I had a question on what did I ask?
Hey, thank you so much for doing this, and I love watching you guys. I don't want to miss every Wednesday. You guys are so funny and so cool, and thank you so much for giving us all your knowledge. I so appreciate it. I so enjoy you guys, and yeah, thank you.
We really appreciate you guys, and without you, like, we're nothing. Like, without followers, without people that believed in us from the beginning when we were like
our
struggling,
friends.
People made fun of us. People said that we were fake, and here we are, just busting our asses and being ethical, having the right attitude no matter how we feel.
Yeah.
And always focusing on helping. And because we've been focusing on helping, just money just started coming from everywhere, and we're like so grateful. But without you guys, we wouldn't be here. So thank you very much, and anything we can do, just send us a DM, and we're here to help you. We're gonna be as real as it gets.
She has a question.
What is it?
How were they able to buy it with a minimum wage? Question mark. Good credit.
So you're, because it was three different people. It was the son, it was the dad, and the mom.
Mm-hmm.
So they all made minimum wage. So let's say they all made $12 an hour, but $12 times 3, and then when you buy 4 units, you add 3 other sources of income, because unit D, unit C, unit B, that's extra income that counts as income to qualify.
Yeah.
So it's easier to qualify for apartments than it is for one house, because one house does not give you rental income.
Also, if I can say this, so for every 20,000 that you make, imagine that if, assuming you don't have crazy amount of debt, monthly payments, you qualify for about 100 grand of a loan.
Yeah.
So 40,000, 200K. 60,000, 300K, more or less, because a lot of people don't realize that, don't co-sign for anybody's car. Don't do that. Like, I know I have clients that they co-sign for para esta, para la otra.
Never
they have
co-sign
like
for
5 car payments. I'm like, oh my God. The only way we can get rid of it is if you are on the lease with the other person, and you can prove that they've been paying the car for 12 months.
Well, they both have to be on the contract, though.
Both on the contract.
Or if you get a Ferrari.
Or if you get a Ferrari, because it doesn't go on your credit.
Ferraris don't go on your credit.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'd be happy if you want to either DM me or send us an email. I can literally let you know where you stand and what you need to do.
And a lot of our clients, for example, the husband makes 40 grand and the wife makes 40 grand. So that's 80,000. And that qualifies you for a 400,000, maybe 450,000 now, because the rates are so low. Maybe even 500,000.
Yeah, and also remember, guys, exactly. It's going to depend on your rate.
Rates are like at a 2.75.
It's crazy. So remember, let's say you see units, 4 units, and whatever, it's like 500,000. So you multiply 500,000 times 0.035. That's going to give you your down payment. That's how you know how much money and how long it's going to take you. Let's say it takes a year to save that down payment. You have to. That means no shopping, no Amazon, things like that.
Yeah, guys, we like didn't take a trip for a year, like a family trip.
Yeah. Because
we were just so busy, like focused on work, busting our asses. And it's weird, but today I was thinking, like, maybe today I'll get I'll be home a little bit earlier. I'll prepare. I'll be able to like sit down and wait for the driven couples. No. We were at the office till the last minute, then last minute doing this, last minute freshening up because we were so sweaty. and then we barely made it here like a couple minutes late. But it's just like our life is always like that.
Crazy.
And every day though we're like breaking records. We have 350 escrows.
I can't believe
right
it.
now.
You know, this guy, he's so good at casting visions. It's disgusting. Sometimes I'm like, you're fucking crazy. Like, estás medio mencito, loquito. Like, I don't know what the hell is wrong with you. But, like, then it just happens. It is so weird. So remember, if you guys don't have a dream board, make sure you have your dream boards. I'm not lying to you guys. When I look at some of our pictures, I cannot believe, Albert, that we have almost everything that we ever dreamed of. It's so scary. But guess what? We work day and night, 24/7, literally, menos las horitas que me duermo. Like, que son como 6. So he's a liar. I literally don't sleep as much as he acts like I
mean,
sleep.
when she wakes up, I'm already like 8 hours in.
No, that's not true.
Oh, it's
he doesn't
definitely
know how
true.
to do math. That's the problem with him, babe. That's why he's so crazy. 'Cause
That's
he
why I
doesn't
have
know how to
eye
add and
bags sometimes. In the
subtract.
mornings, I have eye bags because I wake up like extremely early, and then you wake up like
When the kids wake up.
when I've been putting in work for like 8 hours.
Babe, that's impossible.
It's
Si te levantas
trust
a
me,
las
it's
3,
possible.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I would have to wake up at 11. That never happens.
And what about okay? Well, sometimes I've been 5 or 6 hours into it.
Okay,
But
whatever.
what about the day I woke up a day in advance?
Well, that's your fucking problem. Who does that?
And then you're like making
Weird.
fun of me. Oh, you're low on energy. You're low on energy. Well, I'm still.
Well, yeah. Like, it doesn't matter if you woke up at 2 a.m. if you're going to be asleep at 6. Pásamelo, Dani. I'm going to box you up, dude. Oh. No. Oh, babe. You can't hit girls.
Well, I'm not. It's the glove. No, you're.
Yeah.
She's gonna drop the.
Yeah, I will hit him really hard. Like, very hard. So I hope that helped. And if you need anything, make sure to let us know.
Yeah, but please
Be happy to help you.
start working on or looking at properties. Get a 3-unit, 4-unit. If maybe you're not, maybe you're a little bit tight and you can't afford a 4-unit or a 3-unit. Get a 2-unit.
Yeah.
Start with a 2-unit property, and it'll be easier to qualify. But just start with something that has more than one,
Yes.
2, 3, 4, and don't listen to people that want to take your money. And they want to invest for you. They want to
Don't.
have all the control. They
Stupid.
want to take your money.
Yeah.
So we're not here to tell you guys, hey, give me your 100,000.
I'm like, you could do it on
Give
your
me
own.
your 50 grand. Give me your 10,000.
I'll teach you personally
Yeah,
how
we
to
want
do
to
it.
teach you guys how you could do it, and you guys take advantage of the opportunity and make all the profits. You don't have to give your money to somebody else and be a passive investor. Like you do that when you're 80 years old.
Yeah. What he said.
Billy is next.
Hey, Billy.
Billy.
Oh,
Hey, Albert.
that's
Hey,
my
Syl.
man, Billy Brown. What's up, Billy Brown?
Oh man, just got through watching some of your driven stuff here on social media, so I appreciate you guys.
Thank
Just
you, man.
wanted
I appreciate
to-
you.
I do have a question, but first, just wanted to thank you. You know, I signed up for your course 3 months ago. I literally had $65 in the account when I signed up for Driven.
Wow, really?
Now we're sitting here with over 30 grand in the bank. You know, we're able
Wow.
to
Dude, I love that.
wholesale a couple houses, and
Hey,
you
hey,
definitely
Billy.
take.
Billy, by the way, how was that conversation? I remember we were supposed to do 5 minutes. We did like 20 minutes or something like that.
It was like over 30 minutes. Yeah,
Yeah.
It was good, man. Truly life changing. And now I've got, you know, over 10 speaking events set up, and you've just really lit a fire on the inside of me. And my credit score has went up now 140 points following some
Wow.
of your tips. So you definitely changed my life, and I really appreciate that.
That makes me so happy.
Yeah, dude, I really appreciate you and have so much respect for you. And Billy, if you don't mind sharing your story, can you just share really quick on like what happened to you and how you didn't quit and you're fighting and I'm so happy for what you're doing right now. But if you don't mind, just giving people a little bit of an intro about you.
Sure, absolutely. And don't let me forget, I do have a question about FHA
Yeah.
financing requirements. But, you know, my life changed at the age of 2. I was burned in a car accident. An 18-wheeler ran into our car. It burnt 65% of my body, 3rd degree. As you can see, I lost my left hand, you know, most of my fingers on my right. So, you know, grew up a hard life. You know, was bullied and talked about and mistreated and really never fit in anywhere. But, you know, got into real estate, had some success in real estate, but a hurricane hit the Gulf Coast here in Alabama, and I lost 10 houses. And went from living in a house on the hill, financially independent, to being bankrupt and homeless, and had to move in with my in-laws, and then I had to get back going again. And, so we've all have some kind of fire in our life. We all have a storm in our life, and life's going to hit you. Life's going to knock you down. But what I've learned through life is, what you do when you get up is what counts, and that's why, when life started getting ugly here over the last year with everything going on, and found myself, I started searching out mentors. And I saw you, from some stuff I saw from some pictures you did with Grant Cardone, and had followed some of his stuff, but just really liked the way you told it like it was. And you shared your story, and a lot of people don't realize that so many people can be helped by your testimony. Not about so much the status where you're at now, but where you came from and look where you're at today. And that's something that I know you'll never forget. And that's what attracted me to start to follow your stuff. And then when I saw Driven, it was a no-brainer, and it was truly a gamble. Think about it. $65 in the bank, and you say, I'm going to spend this on this guy. But I had believed in you based on what I had saw you do on social media. So, that's what people need to realize, is there's always somebody watching. So make sure you're doing the right thing, and that's what you do every time you're on social media. So I appreciate that.
Thank you,
So
Billy.
cute.
It means a lot to me, and I'm really proud of you. Like I like, you inspire me. So much respect from me, and I really like what you're doing. And you're an example that no matter what can happen to you, like you
could
never
turn it around.
you never quit. You never quit.
Right.
Quitting is
That's
not
it.
an option.
Yeah, and that's what my 15-year-old said the other day. Just keep swimming. If you hadn't got there yet, just keep swimming.
Just
And I
keep
like that.
swimming.
But
just keep
Syl, if you can
swimming.
share, I'm looking at some properties. I've wholesaled 2 houses in the last 30 days to make some quick money. What are the requirements for FHA on a 4-unit?
So it has to be on. You have to occupy one of the units. There's no really. There's no like 6 months, whatever. Like how long you have to live there, because you can always move out, obviously. But 3.5 down payment. FICO score has to be at least a 620 FICO score. You can find other lenders. You'll get a really bad rate, but let's say you have a 580 FICO. You could still buy.
Well, there's some lenders that it's what you have to run DU approval.
Yeah.
So you have to run if you get a DU approval, you might get a DU approval at 600 FICO score, even 580 FICO score. So you just have to run that DU until you get approved, and it depends on a lot of things. So there's some banks that they require 620, some require 640.
Yeah.
But those are bank lender overlays.
Yeah.
But FHA, they don't have any of those overlays. As long as you get a DU approval, then you qualify.
You're good.
And the only main thing you need is you have to occupy the property. You could even let's say you don't have the money, right? You could get a gift.
A gift. Somebody can gift
a
you the
family
down
member
payment.
could gift you the down payment, and you could use the gift as a down payment. And then you could even get a credit card and use the credit card to pay the people back. That you could get creative. So there's a lot of ways to get creative. I know so many ways of boosting your credit score, getting like big credit card limits, and then depositing those credit limits into your bank account. Those credit limits that you transfer to your bank account, they have to be there for 2 months. So you need 2 bank statements that have the money cleared.
Reserves.
So let's say if you get a Chase credit card and you combine credit cards from Chase. I have that in my course, by the way, my credit course. But let's say you get $80,000 credit line from Chase, credit cards. It's 15 months, 0 interest. And you could transfer that money to your bank account, and now you have 80 grand, 60 grand, 40 grand, whatever you get approved for. And now, as long as you wait 2 months and you have 2 bank statements showing the money in your account, meaning that it's seasoned, you could use that money now, because banks only require 2 months bank statements. And so there's a lot of ways to get creative, but the main thing is you have to occupy
one of the
one of the units. But let's say you take 6 months to remodel one of the units while you're technically not even moving in. You get what I'm saying. You could get creative. You could be there 2 months, 6 months, a year. There is nothing in writing that tells you, Billy, you have to stay in this house for 6 months. You have to stay in this house for 1 year. So as long as you are your intention is to occupy it, then you just need to have an intention of occupying it.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you guys.
My pleasure.
My pleasure.
He's so cute. I love him.
One more question, Steph?
So I need everybody's dream board. You need a dream board. Trust me. Like, go order Staples. Get your dream board and put on there 4-unit, my first investment.
Yeah,
literally, it's like you're gonna see it every day. Like, put it wherever the heck you spend the most time, and always look at it. Be a good person. Throw it out in the universe, but most importantly, work for it. Because everybody wants everything, but they don't want to work. They don't want to work all the time, and you have to. There's no other option. Everybody wants the easy route. How do I work less and make more money? It doesn't work like that.
Oh, and another thing, guys, when you are shopping for real estate, go through the listing agent, okay? And let me explain what I mean by that. Like, if you find a 4-unit property, go to the listing agent and tell him, hey, make double the commission. You represent the seller, and then you represent me. You're going to get your 2.5% from the seller and your 2.5% from me, the buyer. Now you're making 5% commission.
Yeah.
That's going to be more attractive to get your offer accepted than if you want to use your realtor because he's your buddy or your friend or your girlfriend. Because like even when we were getting real estate, you were a real estate agent, and I wasn't like represent me. I was like, dude, I don't want to use you.
Yeah.
Like you stay away, man. I don't want you to represent me. Even though you're a realtor, I'm gonna go straight with the listing agent, and I'm gonna bribe the agent. I'm gonna tell him, hey, you're gonna represent me, even though my girl is a realtor. I'm not gonna use her because I want to use you, and you're gonna make double the commission.
People get greedy. You have to see the bigger picture. What is the bigger picture? Getting your freaking offer accepted. That's the bigger picture.
Because they're making double the commission. They're gonna give you a better deal. They're gonna accept your offer because they're gonna be like, whoa. They're gonna see money.
Yeah.
So go through the listing agent. Don't get your. It doesn't matter if your best friend is a realtor. Tell your best friend, hey.
Because they probably suck because they're part-time. So don't use them.
Yeah. So go through the listing agent. You got another tip for real estate?
I sure do. I have friends, but question is,
Was it a good question? This champagne is so good. I was like, I like driven couples better when I can drink.
Well, everybody knows that you like to drink.
I love drinking. Drinking is fun. I like being happy. I choose to be happy, and champagne makes me
the
happy.
question is, do you guys stay away from Section 8 or rent control when investing into a multi-unit property?
Say that one more time, louder.
Do you guys stay away from Section 8 or rent control when investing into a multi-family property?
Not really. So I'll share something with you guys. People move around. People do their thing. Now, if you have a Marilu like I did, that lady like tweaked up her, like it was horrible. Like that lady was a nightmare. But $650 was her rent, which I'm sure she's still there, and it's so sad. But anyway, I don't want to talk about that. But I don't stay away necessarily. Section 8 is great. Your check is gonna be there on the 1st of the month, 3rd of the month. It's there. It's there. It's crazy. But there's a lot of programs, things. I don't know. I mean, unless they're
I actually like the Section 8, and there's other government programs.
Yeah.
But I like it because no matter what, you always have your money. So, for example, like when you have tenants, sometimes they're late on rent. They pay it on the 5th, on the 8th, on the 6th, and they never pay it on the 1st. When you have Section 8, you get it the 1st every single time.
Yeah.
Because it comes from
the
the government.
3rd, I think, something like that.
The 1st.
Te voy a pegar.
Hey, well, I mean, I know my shit, you know?
I mean, I remember. Sorry, I think I'm getting drunk.
That happens all the time when you have drink. I think we have to go back to like the no.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. But yeah, guys, and to add to it, after, like later in my investing career, I bought a 4-unit property, and I made $200,000 in 1 year.
Yeah.
Because I bought it, it was a great property, cash flow really good, and then I sold it right away because I went through the listing agent.
That's 67.
That's 61st Street.
61st Street.
Yeah.
I get confused. You know, LA, everything's like streets and fruits and things.
Yeah.
Another question? Rosa?
Rosa, please unmute yourself.
We should have a party for our driven people. Hi.
Hi. So I have a quick question.
Yes.
I understood what you guys said about the agent. What about the mortgage,
Oh, call us.
the lender? So how do you guys? Is there like something there that can be done to get a better deal or anything?
I mean, the lender, look, people go to like Bank of America and there's certain things they can't
But
do,
do you
so they
mean-
come to us because we're a broker.
Do you mean that's going to help you get the offer accepted?
No.
No, not get the offer accepted necessarily, but that get the deal done basically. Yeah.
Mortgage guys. But you have to really have a good lender.
Lender, for
And the
sure.
lender is like a CPA. Like you'll never find a good CPA. Like CPAs are all they're bad. And let me tell you why, because CPAs work for the government. A
Yes.
CPA, you can't tell a CPA, hey, I got this Ferrari, Mr. CPA Arnold, but
How
I
do
use my
I?
Ferrari for pleasure. I use my Ferrari to go to Malibu and have some cocktails with my wife. You can't, but I want to write it off as a business expense. You tell that to a CPA, and
They
the
report
CPA
you.
has to report it to the government. But when you have a tax expert that you pay $100,000 a year to do your taxes, you'll tell him things, and he doesn't have to tell the IRS. So that's why CPAs, they're licensed and they are in a way governed by the government. Like
Yeah.
the government is their boss, and legally they have to report everything you tell them to the government if it's not right. But a tax expert doesn't. So that's why it's like a lender. There's so many bad lenders,
Yeah.
and it's really, 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 really.
You don't want to get stuck with the bad
yeah,
lender.
it-
It would be a nightmare.
It's like the 1%ers.
You can lose your deposit, your EMD, earnest money deposit. When you open escrow, you can totally lose that. So you don't want a bad lender.
Yeah, and it's like a realtor too. There's very, very 1% of the realtors are good, and 1% of the realtors are great, and 1% of the loan officers are great. So you have to search for a good one. But I mean, if you are anywhere around here, just use the mortgage guys.
Yeah.
You'll be in good hands.
Okay. Well, I want to join the mortgage guys, so.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yes.
You have your
So we'll
license? or
see.
you're
I guess I'll
getting
wait.
it?
I
you
have a
have your
broker's license.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Reach out.
You said you have a broker's license?
I do, yeah. So I'm in commercial real estate. I sent all my information today, I think.
Oh, I think you sent me a
Yesterday.
DM too, huh?
Yes, I did.
Awesome. Yeah. We'll
We're
definitely
always
connect.
looking for good people, ethical people that really want to help people, not that are only looking for their own commission. I always tell people, when you look at somebody, I tell all my realtors, all my lenders, when you're looking at somebody and you just see money signs, people will know. If you don't care about people, they know, they can feel it. It's literally a vibe. So, but looking forward to.
And
Question.
Yeah.
So I heard Syl mention the vision boards, but how about you, Albert? Like, how have you used them? I did see on one of your Instagram posts where you had a picture of it, but it seemed like a really outdated one. So I don't know how you.
Yeah, it's super outdated. He actually now has it on his computer. I personally believe that you literally need to have it physically in front of your face. It's so weird, girl. Like, do you speak Spanish? So cuando veo los, sí, yo igual. Cuando veo los vision boards, I'm like,
Yo soy
what
chilango.
the fuck? Like, I've been trying to make this post. I haven't done it. I've been swamped, but I have this picture of me, and I'm like smiling. I'm on my phone. My sister, I think, took it. One of my sisters. And I look at the back, and I like almost want to cry. It's so weird because everything there is already done. It's so weird. Maybe not the plane. Is that the one with the plane? Anyway, it's really scary because you literally bring it into the universe. It's so weird. Whatever you are, you're going to attract it. Whatever you throw out there, you're going to attract it. It's really, really scary. It's actually kind of scary.
But one tip that I'll give you is every morning I do 3 things. First thing.
No matter what.
The number one thing that I do, believe it or not, I log into every single of my bank accounts.
Because he stays motivated.
I have
that way.
19. I have 19. I have 19 bank accounts. I go into all of them, and then guess what I do? I go into all my credit cards with large limits, and I make sure that. And the reason why I do that is just to remind me of where I am, and if I'm growing. I always want to see more money in my bank accounts, and I always want to see more credit limits in my credit, because I want to know how much resource I have to go and destroy my competitors, and that pumps the fuck out of me, and anything that gets in my way, I will crush it, and that gets me like thinking like I'm thinking over here, and then I go and I do some self-improvement and about something that's going to make me better, 1% better. I'm looking to get 1% better
And
each
that's
and
a
every
lot.
day.
That's a lot.
And then I go fucking crazy on my workouts. I lift, I do an extra rep every day. Every day I want an extra rep. I want more weight. I want to push myself more. I want to do more stairs. So those three things,
I hate
they get me in the right state of mind, because every day when I wake up, I don't feel good. I feel dehydrated. It's too early. I don't have the energy. I feel like shit. But I'm like, I do these three things and they
Clear your mind.
they fix my mind, clear it, and they just make me want to be better. They make me want to be like the best. They want to make me want to be the greatest. So all those three things that just fix me up, and I'm good.
Yeah? You're so cute. I love you. Estás bien guapo.
Do we have one more question?
Okay.
Okay, one more question.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Mwah. She's so cute.
Eugene. Oh, I know that guy.
I start getting blind. Like, I actually can't see after I had my daughter. Both my daughters. I've always had, like, perfect vision. I swear to you guys, I'm, like, blind as a bat. It's so sad. It is so weird.
Can you unmute yourself? Because we can't hear you.
Anywho, his question is, Albert and Syl, being the power couple that you are, what do you think you would be doing if you never met?
Each other? Oh, my God. I don't know. I always think about that. No, see, me?
I mean, she would be with her loser boyfriend that
No,
she
I
had.
wouldn't.
I would.
No.
I would be like fucking flying like I am.
No. Take that back. Take it back.
You-
I would not be with
I
that
saved your
fucking
life when I
loser.
got
No.
when I got rid of that loser.
I was already leaving him. I was saving money every month. Like, I was already leaving him. There's no way. Look, one thing about me, I'm not scared
And he
for
was scared of me.
change.
He never showed up when I was there.
So I'm not scared of change.
What was he scared
And
of?
when I make a decision, I go all in. I'm not scared. Like, I know myself and I know what I'm capable of. And I know that I'm fucking smart and I'm super beautiful.
Yeah, but but you have really improved over the last 10 years.
Oh, hell no. Guys, I had to teach this guy how to dress. He used to wear fucking Nikes everywhere. Like, I cannot. Like, why?
Nikes are not bad.
Horrible. No. I'm not saying they're horrible. He would literally be in a suit with his Air Force Ones. Like,
I never
look,
wore suits.
No,
I never
no,
wore
no,
suits,
no.
no.
Okay. You
No.
would be in. See, you look good. Sí o no? Sí o no? It took me like 3 years to
I
get
used
him
to
out
dress
of
the
here.
same. I would wear Nikes instead of
Okay,
Louis
well,
Vuittons.
It took me forever. Like, I have polished them up so good. And look at how amazing you are. Mira. Give me more credit.
Yeah, but Nike.
I swear.
I'm actually thinking of going back to Nikes.
No. Not when you go out with me. I'm like, I can't look this good. And he's like in his Nikes. Oh, my God. Like, unless we're like at the park or like, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, if she would have had, if she would be still with that guy, what's his name?
No way.
Brent?
Shut up.
Dude, I wonder how he's doing
Okay,
right now.
babe. I don't want to know. I don't really care. Oh, my gosh. Don't do that.
Why not? It's a people want to know the reality. I mean, well, I wonder how he's doing, but yeah, like.
He's blushing. Oh, babe, you're so cute. I love you.
Well, Brent, if you're watching this, I wish you nothing but the best.
Wow. Oh, he's too much.
I-
He probably is watching it. Don't do that.
Well, maybe it'll inspire him to work. and not depend
Okay.
on daddy and mommy.
Albert.
All right, so we have one more question, or we're done.
I
All right.
cannot. Okay, guys.
All right,
we
guys.
love you. Sorry about that.
For all
This
the
guy's
for all the
crazy.
beautiful ladies out there, if you guys want to be have high dreams, you want to be super successful, you want to be happy.
Find yourself a man you can polish.
Yeah,
that
find
has
yourself
potential.
find yourself a man that it doesn't depend on mommy and daddy. Somebody that actually goes out and works and puts everything on the line and has some big balls.
Oh yeah, we're here every Wednesday, guys.
Next
We
Wednesday,
love
see you guys at 7 p.m. And if we missed any of your stuff, send us a DM, and I'm gonna be looking through all my DMs right now.
And go do your dream board, guys. Believe me, it works.
Are we gonna do it today?
You're on my nerves. Let's hang up. Cut it. Bye.
All right, cut it. See you guys.